Hello, everybody. This is a Lamley Showcase. Another preview, premium preview, the final mix of 2024 Boulevard, Hot Wheels Boulevard. We've got it. We're going to open it. We're going to showcase it. We'll get this part done in the first part of the video. And then as we've been doing lately, stay tuned because I've got a whole car show we're going to build here. Cars related to these in Boulevard. It should be fun, so stay tuned for that in the second part of this video. But for now, let's do this. Like I said, final mix of 2024. Should be hitting stores in the next month or so. I think it's already in Malaysia, so should be imminent. And then I've also seen the first mix of 2025, and artwork will change a little bit. Same theme, but art will change. It looks like they change the art every year for Boulevard, just a little bit. And we'll get to that later. But for now, let's do this. I think now we've did Modern Classics 5. I actually said it was 4, but it was actually 5. I was wrong there. Thank you guys for reminding me. Totally missed the mix. Would have put the Prelude in the car show in that video, but that's for another time. But then we have this as the final mix. I think we got one more mix of Team Transport. I don't know about pop culture. We'll figure that out, and then we'll be done, and we'll be on to the Lamley Awards, which is going to be a wild couple months here at the end of the year. There's a lot to vote on. Let's get to it. I've got them in order. We'll start with 111. It is the 73 Volvo 142 GL. I've got the others here. We'll do that as part of the car show. This is the third release, technically the third, but actually the fourth when you count the chase from the very first mix that this Volvo came in. This is the first time it gets a racing deco, which I'm really excited about to see. I believe Christina did this deco. I believe she did. And well, we'll start here. There's the artwork. There is the back, all 5 models. There is this. And there's the artwork. It's all of it in front of this kind of diner, I think. As always, I'll explain it. Boulevard is like if Hot Wheels were its own universe, so it's like Friends of Hot Wheels, designers' cars, designers' favorites, that sort of thing. So, and this one just fits in nicely, a racing Volvo. So let's just get to it. Let's open it up. Really excited. I really love this casting. Love the stance. And this one gets, so we've had, and we'll get to, we've had the Chase in black. We've had that really cool teal one, and then orange in, what was it, Canyon Carvers, I think. And now we get this racing version. Nice and simple, blue stripes. And then number 73 with some racing deco in black. Perfect wheels. Love the stance. No complaints at all. Not that we're looking for complaints. I'm just really, really fond of this model across the board. I just love the casting. This is a perfect addition, one that I'm really enjoying collecting, and we will continue on with that. Let's go on to number 2, 32 Ford. Now, I'm really excited to see this. I feel like I've seen a lot of comments of late on Instagram posts and on YouTube comments that we need to see more American muscle, American hot rods. I totally agree. It doesn't mean I want to see fewer Skylines. I love them on the JDM. And you have to I think you have to just kind of understand what Hot Wheels is seeing. They put a Skyline on the pegs, we buy it. They put this on the pegs, I think we can all say this will probably be the last one to go. And I mean, it's a bummer. It's an absolute bummer. This is fantastic. But you just gotta have to see what they see. And I'm not justifying Hot Wheels. I think they can. I do agree that they can kind of drive things a little bit. They are Hot Wheels. They do more hot rods. I think we're more apt to appreciate them as we go. That definitely happened with funny cars with me. And I could care less about them. Now I really like them. And the same goes with things like this. But I also can't argue with the fact that cool Euro cars, JDM, they go faster than this right now. And you put them on the pegs, this is what goes. But I'm happy they did it. So let's look at the art. Let's open this up. I think Craig Callum with his Ford that he drives, it's coming in, we'll talk more about that one in the sneak peeks that we're doing. We might see cars like this gain appreciation among the Hot Wheels crowd. It's always been there. But we'll see that gain. Actually, this model is talked about by Christine. I think she did this one too. The deco's fabulous on this. Really happy to see the 32 Ford in premium. I don't know if it's been in premium before. I know it's been in basic. one of the best Zamax ever done was this casting. But if it has been in premium, I don't remember it. It definitely hasn't been in any of these mixes. The color is tremendous, and what I love, she's added a really cool detail to the back. Like, this is someone's garage car, and they found an old rusty piece to add to this car on the back. You know, a cover, a hood cover, and the way she's done it in kind of a rusty patina, I just think that's really, really cool. Honestly, execution might be the best of any of the models, and I think this thing in Boulevard, and I think this thing is really, really cool. So I'm hoping, yeah, I think we all agree. I hope we see this thing gain some appreciation. And I mean, there's some of you that are going, gain appreciation. We've been appreciating these forever. Totally agree. I'm just talking about the kind of wider scope of collectors these days. Putting these in these mixes, I think it helps. But, you know, at the same time, too, Hot Wheels has to see what sells. And hopefully people will buy it because it's tremendous. All right, that's number 112. Here is number 113. Very significant car for many reasons other than the fact that it's just killer. Favorite of this mix, I'll just say it right now just because I love this casting. And we talked about it in the sneak peeks, too. But it is the Mercedes-Benz E36 AMG. Well, let's just, I mean, I'll show you right now. The big thing here is that not only is this clean, white with black rims, chrome lipped, it's really cool, but also we get the door has been fixed. So let's open it up, and I have an idea for this too. We'll talk about it in a second. So this model actually debuted in Boulevard a couple years ago, and then I think it needed some time to get improved because what we noticed. Now let me, before we put it on the turntable, let's bring out the original from Boulevard. It's, the black version is just, I'm going to say it, sick. It's sick. It just doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth, does it? But if you remember, licensors, designers, everyone missed the fact that the door line stopped in the middle at this, you know, at this wide body piece here. And it was supposed to, and we're like, is there, I mean, I was looking up the car. I was like, was it done this way? Was there some sort of flap or something? As it turns out, it just was missed. Kind of crazy that it was. And so, so this one was released that way. They said, oops. I mean, it still looks cool, and it does. It's a very, very popular model. But yeah, but now it's been fixed. Ron fixed it, and now we get it and in the proper door, and we get a nice clean release as well. Now, I will say, now as we put this on, we'll let it circle on the turntable a little bit. What I love about this, the 10-spoke rims, I like that they changed the rims. Obviously, they changed the color. It's got the black roof, which looks really clean. Love everything about this one. And this casting, I mean, it was an instant up there fave for me as soon as it was released, and then the improvement really makes it good. So, my idea, I think we all want to see this one released again with the lines. Now, one thing that we complain about, but will work here, is repeats, right? Sometimes we see models from Car Culture, Boulevard, Fast and Furious even move into the 2-packs that they do, the premium 2-packs we see at Target. Well, isn't it time to do a Mercedes mix? Put this one in as the repeat, this time with the improved, with the fixed line. That way we get it. So this time I'm actually asking for a repeat. Put it in the 2-pack, put a really cool new Mercedes casting in there with it, and I will buy this up for sure to get a version of this black one with the proper door line. Good idea, right? Good idea. This is where I'm actually asking for a repeat. Okay, that's the third one. Number 114. By the way, if you're not familiar, Boulevard is released in sequence, right? So we hit 100 this year, and we're already well beyond that. This is the 1967 Volkswagen Samba bus. If you are familiar with this signature and that outline, do you know who that is? Do you know who owns a ton of these and collaborated with Hot Wheels for this release? Friend of the brand in Boulevard. I think it can be seen on the license if I can get it in focus. Fluffy. Gabriel Iglesias, the comedian, funny dude. I've seen him showcase these on Leno. I've seen him showcase these in other places, and he collects the Samba buses. And clearly, Hot Wheels said, "What do you think?" And he said, "Yes." So there's that collaboration on the art. We'll go ahead and open this up and look at the bus. I believe this is a new casting. At first, I didn't think it was, but oh, it definitely is. It definitely is. Look at that. Open roof so you can see inside. It's got these pieces. They don't look like they're... It looks like they are strapped in, so you can't remove them. Yeah, this thing's rad. Now, I brought out, and as part of the car show, I'm going to do a Volkswagen portion of the show. But I was wondering if it was just this van with additions. It's clearly not. This thing was in Boulevard earlier. It's awful. Let's just be honest. It's awful. It's terrible casting. And it looks like they finally said, you know, we got to redo it, and we got to do some improvements. Look at the front windshield on this. I mean, the body is wider, the body is longer, it sits lower, the proportions are better. I know these might be different, you know, years, I don't remember, but you know, essentially the same. And you know, this one with the bumpers and everything. So I was wondering if maybe they took reference, and they kind of did, from the panel van that's super, super popular. Not totally, but there are some similarities there. You can see maybe some notes were used, but it's closer to this one than that other one, which I'm really happy about. Let's go ahead and put it on the turntable so you can get all the details here. Front windshield is fantastic. The body's great. The stance is perfect. Yeah, 1967 Volkswagen Samba bus. I'm looking at while it's on the turntable, and it says 2024 Mattel. So, yeah, this thing's new, and it's probably going to have a very bright future because VWs always do. And a clean bus like this is a welcome addition to the family. We'll see that in the car show that we're going to do. You're going to see a nice little Volkswagen portion of the car show. Finally, number 115, and then we'll start the car show. It's the BMW M3, fabulous casting. I brought them all here for the car show. All of the previous releases, not the RLC, just this one in premium. And what is this? Phoenix Yellow, I think is what it's called. A fabulous BMW color. In fact, it says that on the license, right? BMW Phoenix. And what a color on this one. It'll look really good with the other BMWs. Artwork is cool. Let's just open it up. This is a great mix. I thought the other one was probably a B or a C. This is definitely an A. There's not a miss on this one. Well, let's just keep it on the turntable. Let's start talking and going on tangents. But let's focus on the BMW right now. Great casting, great stance. And this might be the best color. It really might be, although I don't know, we'll get to it. Because it's just a rich color and really fits here. That is the Phoenix Yellow BMW. All right, let's look at this, and then we'll move on to the car show. What we've got here, we've got some good stuff, right? Volvo's a winner. That 32 Ford, you got to get it. And for those of you especially who are way into this scene, yeah, let's buy them so that Hot Wheels says, yeah, we got to make more of these, because this could be a nice little direction for premium. I would love to see a hot rod mix, but Hot Wheels has to be convinced that it would sell. That's the issue. JDM mixes sell, Euro mixes sell. So maybe we ease into doing something, because I would definitely buy a hot rod mix for sure. You guys tell me what you think. I think it's great. Let's move on to the car show. All right, we're going to move our friends out of the way. I think we're going to start with the Volvo portion of the car show. Well, let's just say this one, we're going to work on a hot rod, because I actually was looking. I need more hot rods myself. So we're going to put this one in this cool little hot rod section just right over here. We're going to move the Volvo out of the way. We'll start actually, and then the Mercedes, we've already done this. So here's just show it real quick. So this is the Mercedes portion of the show, and we've already done the black one. We've already shown it. So I think that's it as far as the Mercedes portion goes. Well, that's a cool portion of our cool car show here. In fact, let's just move over here on this little strip, and let's do Volvo. Brought out a few. So, all right. So we've got this one. Since we've already seen it, we'll go put it towards the back. The racing version of the Volvo, and then we definitely have to go through all of the others. So we'll start with how they were released, right? The very first one was the Chase. So you got a matching black on black with these fantastic rims. I told you this is one of my favorite Chases when I did the Chase showcase. That'll look good right next to the race car. This casting, I'm telling you, the stance, the bumper deletes, the way it's been released so far, the black chase, and then this one, holy cow, this color. And the chrome rims. I know it's a little modernized, but oh, this one just makes me so happy. What a cool car to see at a show. If I walked by that, my goodness, I think I would be staring at that one. I mean, a whole Volvo section I'm way into. Here is that's the Canyon Carvers. I believe the Canyon, was it Canyon Carvers or Canyon Warriors? I think it was Warriors. And I think I've got the mix right, so I may forget. This orange one, same rims as the Boulevard. That one looks really good too. So you got this cool family, but we're not done with the Volvos. No way are we done with the Volvos. I actually brought out all of the premium. I don't think there's been any premium SUVs at any point, but I'm just focused on premium in this case. So this is the only time I'm hoping this one returns to premium. We've seen some nice versions in basic, but I'd love to see a race version of this wagon. This is the 760, 850, sorry. And I would love to see this return to premium, maybe a wagon mix or anything, a Volvo mix. We might be getting close to a Volvo mix because I know there's a Volvo coming in Team Transport. Maybe the next mix. So that wagon, and then there's the other wagons that we have seen. There's the P220 Amazon Estate. I think this was the first one. Also in that same wagon mix. That was the new model in the wagon mix from a couple years ago. Maybe it's about 3 years ago in beautiful green. All these Volvos with the lowered stance, I just dig it. It's just the way to do it. It's just the way to do it. Boulevard. So that we've seen that one in Boulevard. That was a couple years ago in this nice kind of faded yellow. And then we saw that pop culture version in the K&N deco, which is no slouch at all either. Like super clean. Really like where the pop culture is going. Look at that Volvo section. Just walk along and see these Volvos, and then these nice Mercedes. You got wagons, you got Mercedes. Very nice Euro section. Then you can turn over to the hot rod section. All right, what should we do next? Should we do BMW? Let's do BMW. All right, we're going to have to make good use of this parking lot. I'm not going to do awards this time. We're just going to put the BMWs in this section because this section here is going to be used for something else. All right, so let's go through. I've already got the Phoenix Yellow already parked. If you remember, the first one was Fast and Furious. Still love this one in white with the whatever color. I don't know what color those rims are. What would you say they are? No idea. But it's a really nice version. This casting is one of those born in Fast and Furious castings that I always have a very high appreciation for because that's why we have them. Deutschland Design was the next, I believe. And look how just clean these are. Oh, it's so cool. I mean, what I love about car culture and the premium right now is the individual castings are great, but they just get better and better the more you put them together as these family forms. So I'm not one to complain about repeats and new colors because you can't just be doing all new castings. I think forming the families is more fun. Eibach, this was Team Transport. Very interesting kind of racing. Obviously the number 46 is a cool touch here on this one. This was released right about the time as Deutschland Design, so I think this casting got a little break after that for a little bit, but then it returned in a fabulous deco. The BMW 3-pack, the debut of the M5, we then saw it in this M Racing deco. Love how it was done on the front panels, blank hood, M3 on the windshield, and a really nice touch was the color of the rims on this one. First time we'd seen the rims on this one, right? I think it's the only time we've seen these rims. If I'm forgetting one, you guys will let me know because I forgot an entire mix of modern classics when I did that one, so you guys will let me know. And then the most recent release, but I've still got one other, was this one from same mix as the Volvo, wasn't it? Whatever, is it Autostrasse? I think that's when this one was released. And we get the chrome rims, which is a nice touch on this one. So plain red, looking really good. Chrome 10 spokes. That's been the spoke used most of the time. But yeah, start looking at this, and what do you got? Phoenix yellow with 5 spokes, white with 10 spokes, blue with 10 spokes, Eibach, BMW Racing, and then red. But we're not done. There's a second BMW Racing. Did you know that? Let's see if I can get this one in the shot. A BMW E46. This was from was it the Mexico show, I believe? Yeah, you can see the Hot Wheel MX on top of the number 22. So M Racing, really beautiful stripes on that one. 10-spoke chrome as well to match the red model. This thing was super clean. You can find them on eBay. Not terribly expensive, all things considered. I think about 50 bucks. And that's not bad for something that looks as good as this one. And we'll go ahead and put it right there on the sidewalk. Check those out. How sharp are those? All right, one other portion of the show. We got V-dubs. Let's go for it. This is the VW portion of this fantastic car show. Let's get Fluffy's van in there already. Hopefully he's here signing autographs. I'm just going to put it right over here. He's somewhere signing autographs in this show. Let's start with the vans. I had to pull out all of the vans. We'll get to that one that I'm not, well, it's actually pretty much all vans, and then there's a couple little tangents here that I've got. So we'll get to this van that, yeah, it's there. It's a cool brand. It's in a bicycle brand, I think. So we'll put that one there. We've seen that one. It's nice. I had to bring out a couple of the more tuned versions of VWs. I only brought out one combi. Could have brought out the Moon Eyes. Could have brought out Toy Fair. But I went with this Eibach to go with the BMW. Since Eibach's already here, they have a tent somewhere at this show. They might as well have the BMW in the BMW portion of the show. And why not put this beautiful combi, premium combi, in the show as well. So there is the one combi in the show. And of course, the other side, on the other extreme of tuned VW vans, is the drag bus. The very, very famous, legendary Phil Reelman design. One of the most signature Hot Wheels designs ever is the drag bus. Of course, it opens. We're not going to worry about that, but it's going to look really nice sitting next to the combi. An absolute, look at that. That's a nice little combination. But I think the best combi is fabulous. It's one of my, it's just playful. This one is a legend. I think Fluffy's van is going to be a really cool one. But the best, just the best van is, of course, the one that we already pulled out to compare with Fluffy's van. It's the T1 panel bus. I pulled out this one from Boulevard because I love the color combination. I've talked about this casting before. It was one, I don't have every version, but it was one that was released in pop culture a lot because they put all those, you know, all that art from pop culture, the branding and stuff on it. And you're just looking for like cool, realistic versions in cool colors, kind of some creativity on that. And we've now really seen it. I think this is the best looking version. It's not my favorite one of the, I'll show you my favorite here. Actually, I'll get to it right now. I think there's two that I really, really dig. This is the Grateful Dead from pop culture. And this is what, you know, they have these branding, these themed mixes from pop culture. And the amount of real estate on this casting allows for this. But the Grateful Dead is really cool. It's just a really cool van. It's executed beautifully. The art's amazing. The gold steelies, just a wonderful, wonderful touch. So that one, it's one of the only pop cultures that I've kept from the kind of the original era of pop culture where there was just a lot of that branding. It wasn't realistic deco per se. Another one that I thought was a really nice, you know, move for Hot Wheels was, look it out of the glare here, is the Fat Lace van. I'll go ahead and pop the plastic on here. I think the price on this one has gone up really high too. Put it on the turntable. Love the checker. They don't have this anymore. I think they sold it to a collector in Northern California, if I remember. I think I've seen it. Kind of cool. But black moon discs, which looks so cool on this. The checkered roof, gray. Collect everything, wasn't that an Illust logo or an Illust slogan? Just a really, really cool van. I don't know exactly. I'm sure it's going for a pretty penny. We'll put that one over here. But my favorite of the panels is actually another pop culture. So I say all this about wanting pop culture to move beyond pop culture, and my favorite one is the Coney. I love the 4-spoke rims on it. I love the clean lines on this one with the Coney deco, just the gray. It's just a very, very clean, beautiful version of the van. And I just had to put this in the car show too. In fact, we'll put it right here because I just thought while I was looking for the Coney, I was like, did you know there's two other Coney V-dubs from one of those, like, I don't even remember what the mix is called, like some sort of delivery mix or something. But yeah, guess what else got it? The Squareback, 69 Squareback also got Coney deco from a while ago, and they did matching. They did two versions of this one. You get this kind of black and gray version with the chrome GT wheels, and then there was this beautiful white and blue version with the chrome Steelies that I think looks nice in our VW show. Look at that! I mean, I don't know what the theme here is, because you got a whole BMW section, you've got a whole Volvo section, you have a little Mercedes section, and this lonely little hot rod section. We'll do better. We'll do better. I promise. I got to do better. We'll do better, because that does look very, very lonely. And then, of course, this fantastic VW section. Pretty decent car show, right? All right, guys. You guys tell me what you think. I think this is a really cool one. Really like this mix at Boulevard. Nice way to end the year. It's going to start strong in 2025. We'll get to that later. Thanks, everybody. Bye.